What's up, everybody? Riley here from Vapes of Easily, and today I've got a video about the iCare 140 kit. The iCare 140 kit's a pretty cool new device from eLeaf. This is it right here. Pretty much a cylindrical version of the iCare. A little bit similar to the iCare Solo, if you've seen those. The only difference is it's round, and it doesn't have like the little tubular thing that you have to use the mouthpiece to unscrew the tube to put the coil in. This one's more of just like the unscrew, like most of the stuff's going towards these days. That's the main difference. Other than that, uses the same coils, fires at about 10 watts, just depending on what coil you have in there. And overall, it's a great product from the outside. I don't know how it's going to work because I haven't used it yet, but we're about to figure that out. I'm about to throw a coil in this bad boy, fire it up, and tell you my preferences on that. But first, we're going to have to prime up the coil for the use of you. If I could speak English. Seems like I say that on every video. But for those of you that don't know what priming coils is, there we go. That sounded better. But for those of you that don't know what priming coils are, it's very easy. You just drip juice directly into the center of this coil. This one's a little bit different because there's not a big enough cotton on the outside to prime it from the outside. Most coils you would just prime from the outside, maybe put one drop down the center. That's what I do personally. But these don't have enough cotton on the outside to where that really works for me personally. So I tend to just drip 4 nice drops right down the center of the coil. So we're going to do that now. And I'm doing, there we go. Come on out. There's another one. One more. And there we go. So that's 4. And then, like I said, you just unscrew this, maybe like you would like a Kanger sub-pod, if you've seen those. It's going to screw right in to the base there of the chimney. Make sure it gets good and tight. You don't have to monkey wrench it down or anything, but make sure it gets nice and tight. Then we're going to fill up the tank. The tank's pretty easy to fill up. You just put the nozzle right down the center, fill it up to this black line about 3/4 of the way up the glass. Very easy to do. So you're going to do like so, and we're going to fill it right up to that line. Pretty much perfect there. And then this piece is just going to dunk right in there and then screw in. So once you get that screwed in, you're going to do what's called priming the coil a little bit more, and that consists of pulling on the device as if you were going to hit it, but don't actually fire the button, so you don't burn the coil. What that does is just make sure that you're pulling juice through the outside of the coil into the inside of the coil, and get that coil completely saturated before you fire it so you don't burn it. So we're going to do that, take 2 or 3 good hits off of it until you can kind of taste the juice. It's not going to be like the full flavor of the juice or anything. It's just going to be like a faint taste, but it'll definitely be there. You'll know what I'm talking about when you do it. But I'm going to do that now. And these iCare coils usually prime up pretty fast. You probably don't even need to do that, but, you know, safe. Better to do it than not need to, than need to do it and not do it. So, always being on the side of the safe side is always better, personally. But I'm definitely tasting the juice in there, so we're going to click this 5 times, turn it on. I like the buttons, very clicky, not too stiff. There's a lot of pin-style devices out like this that are, the buttons, you can't really tell if you're clicking them or not, but this one you definitely know when you press down on it. But we're going to vape on this, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts. All right. Look at that. Blow a nose with an iCare. Can't get bad with that. I really like this thing. I probably like it than my iCare personally. I like the cylindrical stuff better. Just personally, it just kind of fits better in my hand. I just like the way it is. It's very, very sleek, which the iCare was sleek as well, but for some reason I just like these better. It's really personal preference. But yeah, they're very nice. As you could tell, I was getting pretty decent amount of smoke for a pen device. I never got that kind of smoke off of a vape off of like a Kanger EVOD. Just because the only way I would ever get that much off of an EVOD if I did the 16-second cutoff thing. I know me and my buddies used to do that all the time when we had high nicotine. We'd have 24 nic in those Kanger EVODs, and rip them as long as possible. And that's the only way we could get that cloud. And as you could tell, I only hit that thing for maybe 2 or 3 seconds, and it fired up, did everything it was supposed to do, tasted great, pretty good flavor off of the small coil. So overall, I would definitely suggest this. I'd probably suggest it over the iCare personally, but there's nothing wrong with the iCare. It's just what I like. So if you have any questions about this iCare, any other box that we may carry, or anything about vaping in general, make sure you leave them in the comments, and me or Cody will definitely get back to you about that. I do appreciate you watching the video. Peace.